things Halloween. This is Hauntformer, and I got to attend the Home Depot Halloween and Holiday Showcase. And I've had to keep my fat lips sealed from sharing some of these juicy items. I want to say, off the bat, thank you Home Depot for inviting me, and for that really cool scare package that you sent about a week ago. You can watch that unboxing if you haven't already. Home Depot is one of the leading companies when it comes to all of their holiday decor, strongly Halloween and Christmas. Now, in the event, I got to see all of the Christmas stuff as well as the Halloween stuff, and though the Christmas stuff was awesome, and I highly recommend you check it out and order it because it's going to fly off the shelves, I'm a Halloween guy. So today, to celebrate that, I am going to be ranking and counting down my top 10 items from the Home Depot's 2022 Halloween roster. Now, to be fair, there's a lot more than 10 items, so this was a hard list, and I'd recommend you check all of the items out for yourself when Home Depot launches them on Friday the 15th. Not as scary as Friday the 13th, but I guess it still works. Please check them out, and if you have something that you really want, I highly recommend, as Home Depot does, to order it, because this stuff flies off the shelves, especially those really tall items like the 12-foot skeleton. With all that out of the way, let's jump into the top 10. Now, I am, for reference, going to be using my handy-dandy phone where I wrote the list to actually make sure I'm on track. The name of the game is creativity, because Home Depot is really bringing us some unique items, to put it mildly. There are some really weird and bizarre creatures and monsters and characters in this lineup, and up first is no exception. At number 10, I have Dean the Dathologist. Now, a lot of us thought he was a bartender, and basically he is, but what I like about him is just how different he is apart from all the other things we've seen. He also, though, while being different, isn't so far removed where you couldn't use him with, say, a 6-foot posable skeleton, perhaps people that he serves at his bar. He could be used in a Western theme or a restaurant of some kind. I think he'd go really well in a kitchen at a house, per se, maybe your house. There's a lot of variety that you can pull off with this guy. I just like the design. It's very simple. It's not my favorite, hence why he's at number 10, but I think he's a great pick and will probably be a fairly good seller along with all of the rest on this list. At number 9, we have, this is an awesome one, the 15-foot Phantom. Yeah, you heard that right. 15 feet. That's a lot of shoes. No, in all seriousness, this thing is giant. 3 feet taller than the giant skeleton. It has color-changing lights in its face, in its eyes, and when the wind blows through it, it gives it a ghoulish appearance. It's weatherproof, obviously, as all the 12-foot monsters are, and this one is fantastic. It's the only way you can really up the skelly, by having something that's even taller and even bigger. Way to crush the competition on this tall stuff, Home Depot. This is going to be a fantastic piece. I can't wait to not only see it in stores, but to see how fans and you guys utilize it in your displays. That's going to be cool. At number 8, we have the Smouldering Reaper. Now, I know we got a Reaper last year. This one is 8 feet tall and has a red cloak this go around, and also has that really cool servo technology up there in his neck, which only adds to the organic movement of the character. I'm a big fan of the Grim Reaper, and a lot of times Grim Reaper animatronics usually don't hit the mark for me, but the one last year and this year, these Smouldering Reapers really do the job. At number 7, I've got one that I wasn't expecting to put on this list. In fact, it might get buried by some of the competition just because it's not technically an animatronic, but it is really cool. The 6-foot Spirit Twins. Now, for $100 you get both characters, and I've got to say, they're just really unsettling. I'm a big fan of ghosts, and particularly the ghosts that you can't quite make out what they are. These are floating apparitions, and they do come with display bases for them, or you can hang them, so they're very versatile. I love the purple glow and hue on them, but if you don't like that, I suppose you could project your own light onto them, and with the white canvas that they could really be any color that you choose. 50 bucks each, 2-pack for $100, I think is a really good deal. They're really creepy. I love the hands, I love the cloaks, they're awesome. I might gravitate to jumping on these first, but some of these other ones are just too cool to not put above them. At number 6, we have Tyri the Clown. Now, usually my critiques with the clown props are that they're basically the same run-of-the-mill character. Tyri, on the other hand, is completely different, opting for a very dark, kind of monochrome color scheme going on with his clothing, and he holds a bouquet of flowers. The animation is really smooth and really solid, and he has this creepy look to him. It unsettles me, as clowns should, and for that reason, he gets the number 6 spot. At number 5, we have the gold encrusted casket. Now, I might be a little biased because my 2022 haunted house theme revolves around a funeral home. However, when we usually get caskets in stores, they're more or less the classic kind of shaped coffin, very old school and not very modern. This is a very modern looking casket that has a really cool feature. The door pops and swings open, which allows you to put whatever you want, ghoulishly speaking, inside. So there's some customization going on here. Also, for $200, you're getting a pretty hefty looking piece. You can stand it upright or lay it on its bottom, I guess. There's a lot to do with it, and I'm really hyped to see it. I personally am going to try to get one if I can. At number 4, and I'm a little biased, we have Oogie Boogie. But can you blame me? We've had Jack, we've had Sally. It was only fitting to now get an Oogie Boogie animatronic, and I think they nailed it really, really well. The way that he moves while he sings his classic song, the Oogie Boogie song, if you didn't know, is well done. I like the way he looks. He's very large in stature. He has those green LEDs inside of him, so you can kind of tell that he's this mesh fabric material, which exactly suits the character. I think we've all been waiting for an Oogie Boogie, and if you're a fan of The Nightmare Before Christmas as I am, you're going to want to jump on this because I have a feeling this one's going to sell out really quickly. At number 3, we have the 9.5-foot Werewolf. This isn't just one of those outdoor statues like the Skelly. This is an animatronic that can also go outside. He's got LED eyes, a moving mouth that howls, and a giant stature that I think would freak anybody out. As a big werewolf fan, I'm so excited to see a werewolf join the roster of large monsters. This one's going to be really hard to top, but there is one more I think might slightly take the cake, and you're going to be shocked by hearing it. At any rate, this is a fantastic looking animatronic. The price tag is a little hefty, more so than the other ones, but I think when you see it, it's well worth it. At number 2, we have one that's caused quite a buzz in the Halloween community, a Goblin. And I think the reason for that is we don't see these kind of fantasy creatures every day. Fairies, goblins, pixies, trolls, what have you. They kind of get lost in the Halloween rigmarole when it comes to vampires, mummies, what have you. So it's nice to see that we're getting a Goblin. He has a really cool feature too. He moves his head and talks and then pulls a skull out of this bag. It's a great concept, a great idea, and for the price tag, I think it's really well worth it. This is also going to be a popular seller, so jump on this one if you dare. And at number 1, you never thought I'd say this, a 12-foot witch. I'm notorious for being very critical when it comes to witch decorations. I think a lot of them are cheesy and generic. This witch, however, is anything but. Yes, it's got that classic witch design, but it's so large and has a really cool feature. It floats. It looks so good, and seeing videos of it and the way it moves so organically is awesome. The LED eyes are great, the mouth movement is excellent, and that giant broom with its stature is going to make for one heck of a display. I don't often say witches are my favorite pieces from a lineup, but I think this is about the best witches you can get. If you're in the market for it, which you should be, jump on it, because it's going to go out of stock really quickly. It's a fan favorite, but it's also mine. So, there you have it. The top 10 props and animatronics from the Home Depot's 2022 Halloween lineup. Thank you guys, and thank you, Home Depot, so much for this awesome season so far. We're about to kick off August in just a matter of weeks, and I can't wait to see all of this stuff in stores by the end of August. But, like I said, jump on the online orders now, because Friday the 15th, all of this stuff is unveiled. Thank you for watching, and remember, for all things Halloween, this is Hauntformer.